Good morning, everybody. Brooke here. We're going to do a 30-minute short session with our focus on Pilates ring. Now, I'm not sure how many of you have one of these at home. They are a really good bit of equipment to have. They're not too expensive. You can buy them at lots of different places. If you don't have a ring, you can substitute a ball for most of these exercises instead of the ring, but the ring gives you a little bit more spring back than the ball does. So it is quite a nice thing to have at home, and I know a lot of you do have them. So we're going to go ahead and do this routine. And we're going to start standing up. So I want you to start. We're going to start with a leg exercise. So just stepping your feet a bit wider than hip width apart. I want you to turn your toes out, relax your shoulders down away from the ears, and draw your abdominals in. And just give that ring a big squeeze as you bend the knees, and inhale, lift back up. Exhale, squeeze the ring, drop the hips, inhale, lift. So just working into your chest, your pectoral muscles as we focus on our legs. So just again, integrating lots of different muscles as we do each exercise. We're working legs and arms here, core also working as well. Stay there for 3 and 2. Last one, hold it down, little pulses down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then reach your arms out, lift your heel up, breathe in, stretch your legs, and then breathe out, bend the knees. Lift and lower. A little bit of a squeeze each time you come down. Shoulders rolling back, knees wide. Stay there for 3, 2. I'm going to hold the next one down. So go an inch lower and pulse from there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And drop the right heel, lift the left heel, reach the arms overhead, and then breathe in, stretch the legs, and squeeze that ring again. Lift and lower. Shoulders down, core strong, rib to hip connection. Stay here for 4, 3, last 2, hold it down, pulse it down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the ring to your chest, lift both heels high, breathe in, stretch the legs, find your balance, lengthen through the top of the head, and then breathe out, bend the knees, squeeze, big squeeze on the ring. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. So this is warming up the heart rate a little bit as well, just helping you to warm up that body before we come down to the mat. So for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it down, pulse it low for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And drop your heels, extend your legs, turn your toes forward, and just take that ring down to the floor as you stretch out your back. So keep your back nice and straight. Keep the hips facing to the back wall. You can see the posture. It's a nice straight back, not rounded. So lengthening through the crown of the head. And then I want you to take both hands over to your right foot and bend your right knee. Point the toe out on your left. Up to the ceiling, look over your shoulder. A little deeper into that. Breathe in, straighten out the legs. Breathe out, both hands come to your left foot. Turn your right toe slightly out. Again, just drop down in towards that left knee. Take your right hand to that left foot and lift up your left arm, looking up to the ceiling. And then breathe in. Take both your hands back to the center of the legs. Straighten out both legs. Turn your toes out, soften the knees. Drop your chin around your spine and roll yourself all the way up. So articulating every joint, and then roll your shoulders back and forwards. Good. Let's take the feet together. We're going to come down to the mat, and now start with our core exercises with the ring. So the first one is our roll up. It's the perfect exercise because it strengthens the core, it works on posture, and it also works into the back of the hamstrings. So you breathe out, reach your arms forward. So again, working into the hamstrings, breathe in, lengthen through the crown of the head, a little bit of a squeeze on the ring, so get the upper body working as well. Breathe out around the spine, scoop the abdomen, slowly take it down one vertebra at a time. Breathe in, reach the arms behind you, and then breathe out, lift the hands, lift the head, peel the spine up, stretch forwards, and then breathe in, straighten up the back, shoulders and head come up last. Again, squeeze the ring tight, scoop the belly button in, slowly come down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, reach the arms behind you. And exhale, hands, head, spine, curls up. Stretches forwards. And then straighten up once again. I'm going to add a little variation here. So think, as we're sitting here, think straighten out the top of the head, long straight back. We're going to round the spine then and come back. Point your toes, squeeze your legs together. turn to the left. Make sure your shoulders are facing the ring. Squeeze the ring. Inhale, come back to the center. Twist to the right. Inhale, back to the center. Twist left and center. Twist right and center. One more time each way. Twisting to the left and then twisting to the right. Back to the center and then reach all the way forward. Just coming over those legs. And then breathe in, straighten up your back. And then breathe out. We're going to roll the spine all the way down to the mat one last time. Good. Now I just want you to kind of shift draw your ribs in, down towards your hips. Draw the belly button in. Give me a big pelvic floor lift. Draw your sit bones together. And lift your head and shoulders up. So reaching your arms to the wall in front of you. Stretch your legs out and squeeze that ring tight. Really lift your kneecaps. Get the quad muscles working. We do our 100. Keep continuing to squeeze on that ring. Breathing in for 4 beats of the arms. And then breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. So you can get the shoulders any higher. Draw the belly button in a little tighter. 4 more breaths. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze the ring. Breathe in, 2. If you want to make this a little more challenging, so you can lower the legs down and then lift them back up as you breathe out. Breathe in to lower the legs. Breathe out to lift. Let's try one more like that. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. Good. Now drop the shoulders back. Hug your knees into your chest. Turn your head side to side and just stretch the neck. Good. Now take your knees up to tabletop. A little bit of a gap under your lower back. So we're back into a neutral spine. Button your ribs towards your hips. Again, drawing everything in. Sit bones starting to get a pelvic floor lifting. And lift your head and shoulders. And we're going to extend your arms and legs. Big squeeze in the ring. Inhale, pull your knees into your chest. Exhale, reach. And tuck. Stay there for 6. And 5. Last 4. 3. Keep that neutral spine. Keep that little gap under the lower back. 2. Hold the last one. Let the head and shoulders come down. Squeeze your ring tight as you lower your arms and legs. Breathe out. Pass the ring to your ankles. Inhale, lower the arms and legs. Breathe out. Pass the ring back to your hands. Feet together as you lower the arms and legs. Lift. Pass the ring. Squeeze between your ankles as you lower. Exhale up. Squeeze the ring between the hands. Exhale, lift. Squeeze the ring as you lower the legs. And lift. And hands. We're going to go one more time each way. Lower the legs down and up. And then once that ring comes back to your hands and the arms and legs go down, just let everything flop for a moment. Just take a deep breath in and let it go. Good. Now bend your knees. Walk your feet in towards your hips, and we're going to slot that ring between your knees. Now this is probably my absolute favorite exercise to do with the ring because it's really good for the deep core, really good for the pelvic floor, works into the glutes in your inner thighs as well. So you keep your hands along the sides, relax your shoulders away from your ears, squeeze your ring tight, press your lower back down, draw the belly button and big pelvic floor. So imagine you're drawing your tailbone up to your pubic bone, curling your pubic bone into your chest, holding that imprint for another big breath into the sides of the rib cage. And then as you breathe out, peel the spine 1 rib at a time up off the mat. Let's lift the fingertips up to the ceiling just to extend as I make the core work a little harder. And drop your hips down, squeeze the ring tight as you lift the hips up. Inhale, lower the hips, exhale, squeeze, lift and hold. Inhale down, exhale up. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, last 1. Wing all the way behind you to the backs of the hands touch the floor. Lift the hips a touch higher, and then drop your rib cage down first. Squeeze the ring tight as we roll through your middle back, 1 vertebra at a time through your lower back, and then your hip bones and tailbone come down last. Good. Now you take your hands and stack them one on top of the other, and reach the hands through your ring as you lift your head and shoulders up. Again, press that lower back down. Scoop the belly button and lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, lower the shoulders. Exhale, lift. Breathe in. And that's a big squeeze in the ring. Scoop and hollow this through the core, reaching the hands through the ring. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. Hold the last one up. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And breathe in. Take your hands behind your head. Relax the shoulders. Now, same movement with the legs. Press the lower back down. We're going to cross the hand across to the opposite knee. Try to lift that hand to the top of the knee. Inhale back. Left hand crossing across the body, lift a little further, and back. So again, lower back is pressing down on the mat, belly button's pulled in. We're crossing the body, we're squeezing the oblique at the side that we're crossing towards, and then stretching a little further. So touch the knee, stretch a little further, and then take it back. Stay there for 8. Squeeze the ring each time, 7, 6, and 5. Really get the inner thighs working, but again, inner thigh connects to the deep abdominals, so it helps you to engage those transverse abdominals and the pelvic floor. Last 2 and 1. Now take the head and shoulders down, take your hands along your sides. Make sure you still have a good grip on your ring, and we come up onto tiptoes. You can lift your heels high. You're gonna press your lower back down, draw everything in, big pelvic floor lift, and then breathe out, peel the spine up 1 vertebra at a time. Nice high shoulder ridge, but this time high on your toes. Walk your hands a little closer towards your feet, but your ribs a little tighter towards your hips, and we start with the ring squeezes. 8, 7. Now you have the option to lift the fingertips up to the ceiling. So the less contact we have with the mat, the more the glutes are going to have to work. So if you have your hands down, it's a little bit easier on the legs. So whichever you prefer. Stay there for 3, 2, squeeze, hold the last one. Now drop the hips down, squeeze up, breathe in and out. So I want you to work on the inner thighs. I want you to think about your glutes, but also think about the corset muscle, just wrapping a little tighter with each hip lift, each squeeze that ring. And a little pelvic floor squeeze, a little Kegel exercise as you lift and lower. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and I want you to hold the next one up. Breathe in, reach the arms all the way behind you, and then breathe out slowly, melt your spine down to the mat, bone by bone. Good. Now grab your ring, take it out from the knees, and place both feet into that loop. So just the feet should be against the pad. I want you to stretch into your hamstrings. Take a big breath, exhale, just let it go so you can really get the backs of your knees straight. And then lift your head, chin to chest, and so you can roll yourself up and try to find your balance point just behind the sit bones. Extend your legs out again. So you can tuck that ring, and you can even just roll, tuck your hands through the ring if that's more comfortable. So working the triceps a little bit as well, the biceps. Roll back to your shoulders and then up to your balance. Again, stretching those hamstrings, pulling the ring into your chest, scooping abdominals and rounding the spine. Roll back to the shoulders, up to your balance. Hold. Good. Let's try 4 more there. To the shoulders, to your balance, legs straight, arms pulling that ring and shoulders down away from the ears. And 3, inhale back, exhale up, hold. And 2, roll it back, roll it up, find the balance. And 1, back and up and hold. Now let's see if you can take the ring off the feet, but keep the feet there and just stretch your arms and legs out. So like a teaser pose. We're gonna breathe out, lower the chest, lower the arms, lower the legs, take a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, lift it back up into that teaser, shoulders back, squeeze the ring, stretch the arms and legs. Exhale, roll everything down, inhale to hold. Exhale, lift back up, hold. Now we'll change, we're gonna pass the ring to your ankles. Lift the hands up, roll everything down to the mat, keep the feet just above the mat, maybe let that ring touch, but then lift back up, knees bent, arms up, shoulders back, so it's into more of a V sit. If you can come straight up into the teaser, go for it. It's quite challenging. Roll everything down, arms overhead, ring touches the mat, and we lift back up into that V sit. You can extend up into your teaser, go for it, then bend and lower back down to the mat. Let's aim for 2 more like that. Exhale, lift. So you can extend and bend, hold. Exhale down, inhale to hold. Last one, breathing out to lift the knees into the chest. Shoulders back, arms up, legs up, hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your and reach forward over the legs. If you need to, you can actually use that ring again just to pull your chest down towards your knees and drop your chin. Good. We're going to come onto our side here in a moment. And I want you to prop the ring up onto your ankle. So it's just above the ankle bone. And try to hold the ring then with your top leg. Extend your arms out, extend your legs out, roll that top shoulder back. Take your hand to your hips and stack one hip on top of the other. Draw the belly button in. And again, I want a big pelvic floor lift. Squeeze the ring and then release. And again, squeeze the ring. So we're working that inner thigh, that top leg. We're also thinking about the core, really kind of tighten the abdominals. Really wrap the muscles around the sides of the waist. Keep the shoulder down away from the ears. Keep your neck nice and long. Stay there for 3 and 2. Hold the last one. Now lift both legs up, both legs down. Lift and lower. Stay there for 6. A little bit of a squeeze on the ring, but mostly just focusing on lifting and lowering. Last 3, 2, and then hold the last one up. Now we're going to lock your top leg in place. Squeeze the lower leg up to the top leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Again, think about your kneecaps, think about the quad muscles, getting those muscles tight. Hold the lower leg still. Now pulse the top leg down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then stretch everything out a little longer and squeeze both legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you need to bend your knees and grab your ring and place your feet to the inside of your ring. Your ankle should be against the pads of the ring. And just put a balance so that lower leg is holding the ring down. I'm going to push your top leg up. So stretching the ring, working to the outer thigh, the abductor muscles. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift both legs up, both legs down. Stay there for 4, 3, 2. Hold it. And now press the lower leg down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then stretch both legs long. Press out into that ring and just hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bend your knees. Take the ring out and flip yourself over to the other side. Maybe just having a quick stretch before we do the other side. So feet together, knees apart. Just open out the knees. Use your elbows down into your knees. Fold your chest forward. And then sit up nice and tall. Grab your ring. And place your ring on top of the ankle. Place your top foot on top of that ring just to hold it in place. Extend your top leg out, shoulders back, belly button pulled in. Get your rib to hip connection. Again, hollow the core, zip and lift the pelvic floor. Squeeze the ring and release. Squeeze and release. Try to lengthen from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes as you squeeze. Keep your hips stacked. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift both legs up, both legs down. Lift and lower. Stay here for 6, 5, 4, 3. So this is really great for the inner thighs. Hold the last one. Now lock the top leg in place. Squeeze the lower leg up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lock the bottom leg in place. Squeeze with the top leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Try to hollow the abdominals with each squeeze. And 1. Now both legs in. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bend the knees, grab the ring, switch so that your feet are inside your ring. Just pin that lower leg onto that pad. Again, stretch everything out, zip the core a little tighter, and then press the top leg up into the ring without lifting the ring up off the mat. 8, 7. So working to the side butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Lift both legs up, both legs down. Lift and lower. Stay there for 6 and 5. And finding the length of the torso as you stretch through those 8, 7. Try to keep that top leg locked in place. The top leg is working, just holding that position. 3, 2, and 1. And stretch both legs out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And then just hold. And bend your knees, take the ring away, and come back up to sitting. And one more time, we're going to just stretch those knees out to your sides. And then extend the legs out in front of you and just cross your left foot over your right leg. Sit up nice and tall. Wrap your right arm around your left knee. Turn, looking over that shoulder to the back corner as you hug your knee into your chest. And then uncross the legs. Switch sides, the right ankle over the left leg. Turn to your right, look over the shoulders, and stretch the back wall. Now when you're give the ring a break just for a moment and focus a little bit more on our hamstrings. So I want you to extend your legs out nice and now flex your feet. Try to keep your toes pointing up to the ceiling. So imagine a string out on top of the head and think about lengthening, almost pulling the head off, lengthening through the spine. Then we're going to twist the torso, extend the opposite hand towards one foot, and try to keep that sit bone down on that opposite side. You reach your pinky towards your pinky toe, the other arm reaches behind, and then breathe in, lift, and lengthen through the crown of the head. Turn the torso, reach the opposite hand towards your foot. Keep the pelvis anchored down to the mat, both sit bones pointing, touching the mat, and then inhale, lift, and lengthen, twist, and reach. Holding there. Inhale, lengthen through the top of the head, twist the torso, stretch the opposite arm towards the foot. The other arm reaches behind. Breathe in, come up nice and straight, face the front. Breathe out, just walk your hands forward, sliding, and then reach your arms out to the side. Push your feet out as you drop your chest down towards the mat, and really try to inch yourself a little further, just really almost rolling those knees out, getting that chest as low as you can. And straightening all the way up, shoulders straighten here, turning the chest towards one leg, walking down towards that leg, grabbing onto your foot, pulling the foot in. If you can't reach the foot, grab onto the ankle, pull that chest down. Good, and I'm going to take the elbow to the inside of the knee and turn the wrist and reach your arm up over your head like you're trying to touch that toe with the fingers on the opposite arm. And then breathe in, come back, lengthen through the crown of the head, turn to the left leg, walk your hands down either side of that left leg, grab the foot if you can, or the ankle, or wherever you can reach, draw the chest down, try to keep the pelvis anchored on that right hip. Good. And then take the elbow to the inside of the knee, rotate the torso, reach the arm overhead, and enjoy your stretch there. Now breathe in, we're going to sweep the legs back together, and we're going to come all the way up to standing. Now we're going to grab your ring once again. Now we're going to do a little bit of upper body exercise with that ring. So we're going to start with the ring behind your back. So the ring is parallel to the floor. You can start with it resting on your hips. So I'm going to pull your shoulder blades together behind your back, spread your toes nice and wide. Feet should be parallel and hip width apart. And we're going to lift the arms just an inch or so off the hips and squeeze the ring tight. Big squeeze on the ring, working into your triceps and your upper back. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now just lifts. Squeezing as you lift. 8, 7, 6. So your focus here is your triceps, again, your upper back, keep your chin up. 3, 2. Now hold the arms up, squeeze, and little bend and extend. Just a micro bend and extend. Stay there for 8, 7. Try to stand tall as you do these. Roll your elbows in towards each other. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take the ring in front. Far more satisfying this set with squeeze and release. Draw the belly button in as you squeeze those wrists together. Stay there. 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now try to pull and pull. Shoulders together behind your back. 8, 7. Just stretching that ring, pulling out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going to come down to sitting. And I want you to place your hands inside the loop. So you're kind of pressing out into that loop with your wrists. Good, just stretching it out. We're going to round your spine. So we're working into the shoulders, working into the core. We're going to lift them up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower and down. Now twist left. Up and over, pressing out into that ring the whole time. So then working into your shoulders and your upper back, keeping your arms straight, twisting, feeling the obliques, working the sides of the waist, and twist. Last 2, lift, and 1, and come back to the center. We're going to flip over onto your front. And at first, we're going to have the ring out in front of us, just holding onto that ring, almost like a steering wheel in front of you. Draw the belly button up away from that, and we're going to lift the chest. Squeeze your ring. Inhale, lower back down to the mat. Exhale, lift, lengthen, and squeeze, and release. Inhale, down. 3 more. Exhale, lift and lengthen, squeeze ring. Inhale, down. Last 2, lift, squeeze, and down. Last 1, lift, squeeze, and release. Now take the ring behind you. Let's actually turn it so it's kind of flat against your hips. Like a circle around your thumb. Lift your chest. squeeze the ring. And then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift, lengthen from the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head. Squeeze that ring behind you. Inhale, lower. Stay there for 3. And 2. Last 1. Squeeze and hold. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower the chest down. Now we're going to reach the ring back out in front of you. And I want you to place your hands on top of the ring. So just lift your chest, press down into that ring as you lift your chest up. If you feel like that bottom part of the ring is too far away from you, just pull it back in. Lift, stretch, press down into the ring as you lift the chest. Inhale, lower the chest, almost driving the chest through your arms. Exhale, lift the chest, press into that ring. Inhale, release. 2 more, chest high, press into the ring, lift and hold, lengthen through your toes. Inhale, down. And last one, chest comes up, press into that ring, hold there. So let's do a little pulse. 8, 7, 6, try to control it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Just drop that ring outside. Take your hands under your shoulders, toes together, sit back onto your heels with your knees apart, and stretch out your back. Rest your forehead on the mat, and breathe. Good. Now we're going to come onto your back and do our extra hamstring focus. So take the ring onto your right foot. Extend your left leg out. Point your toes on your left foot. Really lengthen through that leg. Keep your shoulders down. And just pull the right leg into your body. And then with each exhale, just pull it in a little closer. So you can just ease the knee away. Maybe just taking your hand to the knee. Just gently press the knee away and pull the foot in. One more big exhale. And pull. Now slowly take the leg out to the side, holding that ring in your right hand. Take your left hand to your left hip to make sure the hips don't roll. Get that ring almost to the floor and then pull it up towards your shoulder. Again, breathe out. Each exhale, so you can stretch that leg a little bit more. Then take the leg back up to the ceiling, switch hands on the ring, and then keep your right hand on your right hip, keeping that right hip down as the leg drops over towards your left. And again, both legs straight. Pulling that ring, feeling that nerve stretch through the outer thigh. And just move the foot around, just a little bit flexing and pointing. And then finish with the foot flex, and again, pull in a little bit more. Okay, then come back to the center, and see if you can come any closer in towards that chest. And change the legs, left foot into your ring, right leg extends out long, point the right side, lengthen through the right side, relax your shoulders, and then breathe out, pull the leg in. Pull a little bit more. With each exhale, just increasing your stretch. Holding the knee, gently supporting that knee as you pull the foot in. And exhale. Then take that hand to the ring. Left hand to the ring. The ring goes out to your left side. Take the right hand to your right hip. Keep that hip down on the mat as you drop the ring out to your left. And breathe. And then take your leg back through the center. Cross over the body. Take your left hand to the left hip to really try to anchor that hip down to the mat. As the leg goes out to the right, I'm going to again flex and point, moving the foot around, pressing the ball foot into that ring. Feeling those nerves tweak on the outside of that leg. Finish with the foot flex. Give it a bit more pull and a little bit drop down towards the floor and pull again. Then come back to the center. So you can get that leg a little close into your chest, a little closer, and then place both feet into your ring. One more time, just pulling both knees into your chest, rolling your tailbone out. Now lift your shoulders. We're going to try to roll ourselves up gently, carefully. Let the feet come down to the mat. Fold forward with your back nice and forward over your legs, pulling the toes in, and then just have the ring around your right foot, pull your right heel back, left heel forward, so getting a little bit into your sciatic on the back of the hamstring. And then switch the paddle to your left foot, also left foot slide your right heel forward, so again, getting into that sciatic on the back of your left leg. Okay, and then just drop the ring, square the hips, just kind of jiggle the legs out. Cross your feet, just flip yourself over to all fours, hands under your shoulders, drop your chin to your chest and around the spine into a nice big cat stretch. And then breathe in, tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, press into your heels, arch your knees back, and just press into your right heel, lengthen through your right hip as you press into that right heel. And then change, press into your left heel, lengthen through your left hip, just really lifting that sit bone up to the ceiling. One more time, each side, right heel down, right hip long, left heel down, lengthening through the left hip. and then press both heels down. Lift both heels up and down. One last time, up and down. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Have your hands on the mat. And now if you're really quite flexible already and want to try something a little more challenging, see if you can come up onto your toes with your hands flat on your mat. Inhale, lower back down, relax everything. So you can do that one last time. Heels up, hands stay down, and then lower the heels, and bend the knees. Drop your chin around your spine. Roll yourself all the way back up to standing. And coming up last, breathe in, lift the arms overhead. And then breathe out. Load up onto your toes. Squeeze the thighs, narrow your waist. Reach your arms out to the side and lace the fingers behind the back. Lift the arms, lift the chest. And then swing everything out. Good. Hope you enjoyed that Friday focus. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're back next week. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook and get the full schedule there. Thanks. Bye.